Okay, let's dive in. What if mastering your emotions wasn't just about feeling better? What if it could genuinely change your whole life's path? That storm inside. What if it's not permanent? What if you could actually learn to, well, command it?
Exactly. That's the core idea we're exploring today, isn't it? Drawn from some really timeless sources.
Right.
This notion that getting a handle on your emotions is kind of the key to getting a handle on your life.
So our mission today, then?
Well, it's really to unpack the key principles, the practical stuff from this material, to help you, the listener, figure out how to quiet that internal noise.
And lead with what? Calm clarity?
Precisely. Anchored by something more solid than just feelings.
So thinking about the material, it suggests emotions like anger, fear, doubt. They aren't the enemy, not invaders.
Not at all. The wisdom here positions them as potential servants. Tools, even.
Tools? How so?
Well, there's this great analogy in the text. Emotions are like fire.
Yep.
Managed well, fire warms your house, cooks your food, gives light. It builds things.
But left unchecked.
It burns the whole place down, destroys everything. The power itself isn't bad, you see. It's all about the management, how you handle it.
And the problem, the sources say, is that most people are being controlled by that fire, letting it run wild.
Yeah, like a runaway horse.
Yeah.
No rider, no direction, just chaos.
Which leads straight to that core choice the material presents.
Will you ride your emotions, or will you let them ride you?
It sounds simple, but the sources frame it as fundamental, like the hinge point for everything else.
It absolutely is. And that distinction naturally brings us to what the sources call the critical divide.
Between reaction and response.
Right. Reaction is described as the default. It's impulsive, immediate, almost purely instinctual, like an animal lashing out.
That instant flare-up of the fire.
Exactly. And the sources, they don't pull punches about the cost.
No, they say it leads to chaos, regret, losing yourself, essentially.
For just a flicker of satisfaction, maybe. You give up control. It's like winning a tiny skirmish but losing the whole war for your own inner peace.
So response is the alternative, but it requires something more.
It requires power, yeah. Discipline, control. It's not immediate. It's about consciously creating a kind of sacred space.
Between the trigger, whatever set you off, and what you do next.
And that space, the material stresses, that pause, it's everything. That's where your future gets shaped. Not in the heat of the moment, but in that deliberate gap.
The analogies used are quite vivid, aren't they? The general charging blindly.
That's pure reaction. He loses. Or the blacksmith just slamming a hammer on cold iron.
Just noise and wasted effort. Reaction again.
But the general who pauses, assesses, plans. Or the blacksmith who heats the metal, waits, watches, then strikes with precision.
That's response. Calculated, intentional.
And the power to choose that response. It starts, the sources insist, with something incredibly simple.
The pause.
Just posing. It's not weakness, not doing nothing. It's about finding that calm inner stillness. Taking a breath.
And asking yourself,
what outcome do I actually want here? Not just how do I feel, but what's the goal? Do I want momentary release? Or do I want to build something, my peace, my future?
It really forces you to look inwards, doesn't it? Am I just reacting and making things worse, or am I responding and building something better?
And choosing to respond like that. It's tied directly to cultivating calmness, which the sources frame not as being passive, but as a real edge.
A competitive advantage, almost, in this chaotic world.
Absolutely. Because calmness, according to this wisdom, signals deep inner strength.
How so?
Well, a calm person commands respect without demanding it. They just embody it. They can think clearly when everyone else is losing it.
They move purposefully, communicate precisely, like a surgeon, you said.
Right. The loudest person in the room. Rarely the strongest. Often they're just the most tossed about by their own internal weather. True strength, real command, often comes from that quiet stillness.
The courtroom analogy in the texts illustrates this well.
Two people accused. One explodes, shouts, gets defensive.
Gets nowhere, probably makes it worse.
And the other stays composed, speaks slowly, clearly, addresses the facts calmly.
Who do you believe? Who seems stronger?
The calm one, every time. Emotional restraint isn't weakness. The sources are clear. It's a display of serious power.
And life gives us these little tests constantly, doesn't it? The slow internet, the rude person.
Exactly. And the sources say, don't just see them as annoyances. See them as training.
Training for what?
For staying calm under pressure. Each time you choose calm in those small moments, you're strengthening that response muscle.
Yeah.
Building resilience. making yourself unshakable.
So calmness isn't just something you are or aren't. It's a choice, a decision.
A commitment you make, again and again, based on principle, not just how you feel.
And that daily commitment, that building of calmness, that's the foundation for real stability, right? Which the sources argue is key to success.
The true prerequisite, they suggest. They stated very plainly. Success belongs not necessarily to the most talented, but to the most stable.
Wow, that hits hard. And the cost of instability, those mood swings.
They keep most people average, according to the texts, because they only act when they feel like it.
Which is rarely when the hard work needs doing.
Exactly. Relying on feelings to drive action. The sources call that emotional slavery. Your future belongs to chance, to the whim of your mood.
Not to your own will.
Right. So the solution offered is practical, not magical. Stability isn't a gift. It's a habit you build.
Like a muscle, you train it.
Through concrete things, daily rituals you defend, unbreakable routines you follow because they're your routine, not because you're feeling inspired.
And tying your work to principle, not mood.
Crucial. Think of the farmer analogy used. He plants when it's planting season. Sun, rain, clouds, doesn't matter. He does the work. Nature rewards that consistency.
It forces a really sharp choice. Do you want to feel better right now or be better long term?
Choosing stability, the texts argue, is choosing the higher ground. Choosing excellence. Because excellence doesn't blow around like the emotional weather.
So you really have to ask yourself, are my moods in the driver's seat or are my principles?
Building right on that, the idea that action isn't something you wait for inspiration for.
Right, action creates the readiness. Don't wait, just move.
This flies in the face of what most of us believe, doesn't it? Waiting for the right mood, the motivation.
That spark.
Yeah. The sources basically call that readiness idea a trick, an excuse the mind uses.
So the truth is, the feeling comes after the action.
That's what they argue. Readiness, confidence, bravery, they are created by doing the thing. You don't wait to feel brave. You act bravely, and then the feeling might follow.
You move first. Confidence is the byproduct.
Exactly. Greatness isn't found sitting comfortably. It's forged out there, in the discomfort, in motion.
Like the person freezing who has to make the spark, they can't just wait for it.
Precisely. They strike the stone again and again through the cold, the doubt, until the fire catches. They create the warmth through action.
Or the craftsman sharpening his blade every day.
Not because he feels like it, but because preparation is the principle. Action first.
So the challenge to us listening is,
how do you start? By doing the thing you least want to do. Right now.
Getting up from the chair, making the call, saying the hard thing.
Whatever it is, that action is the spark. Momentum, energy, courage, they follow. Move anyway, especially when you don't feel inspired.
Okay, shifting gears slightly, but still about regaining control inside. Forgiveness. The sources spent quite a bit of time on this.
And frame it in a really interesting way. Not as being nice to someone else, but as radical self-preservation.
Because resentment, it's like a chain, a poison.
Yes, exactly. A heavy chain you carry, not the person who wronged you, a poison you drink.
Wasting today, replaying yesterday's hurt, dragging you down.
Yeah, your energy, your capacity, it's finite.
Yeah.
The material suggests you weren't built to hold on to every single insult or injury. That weight crushes your spirit, clouds your judgment.
But pride tells us forgiving is weak, right? Like letting them win.
That's the lie. The sources argue forgiveness is pure strategy. It's powerful. It's refusing to let the past keep controlling your present, your mind, your focus, your energy. You take it back.
So it's not forgetting what happened.
No, not at all. It's choosing to remember it without reliving the anger, the pain. Seeing the scar, knowing it's there, but it doesn't dictate where you go next. It doesn't hold you anymore.
Like cutting the anchor chain on that boat.
The perfect analogy.
Yeah.
All that energy wasted, dragging the anchor, suddenly free, available for moving forward.
So the direct question is, are you chained to old hurts, spending your present repolishing the pain?
Forgiveness, the sources teach, is the key you hold to unlock your own prison door. Walk free for yourself.
Taking that idea of reclaiming internal power outwards, the sources talk about commanding your presence, tone, offense, silence.
Yeah, fascinating stuff. First, tone of voice. Delivery matters hugely.
Emotion in the voice.
Yeah.
It muddies the waters, blurs the wisdom.
It often does. Anger, anxiety, defensiveness.
Yeah.
They undermine your message. But a calm, measured tone.
It commands the room, invites real dialogue, signals control, builds trust.
It's tactical strength, not just politeness. The advice is practical. Feel anger rising. Lower your voice consciously. Misunderstood. Clarify calmly. Accused. Ask calm questions. Don't just react.
Then there's the idea of becoming impossible to offend. That sounds radical.
It is. The argument is choosing to be offended is giving your power away. It's usually the ego reacting, not wisdom responding.
Your reaction shows your weak spot.
Exactly. Real strength, the material suggests, starves that ego need, chooses stillness, masters the internal landscape. Don't let small minds drag you into small fights.
The person you can't get a rise out of,
Yeah.
they have the real power.
They're terrifying to people who rely on emotional manipulation. That unshakable calm is a shield.
And finally, silence. Not emptiness, but power.
Definitely. It's dominance without showing off. It's calculated. It watches, waits, reclaims control, creates space for clarity.
You don't have to jump into every argument, correct every error.
No. Often silence commands far more respect. When the quiet person does speak, people listen because the words are chosen, not just spilled.
The quiet observer owns the room full of shouters.
Think about it in your own life. How do you handle verbal pressure? Easily offended? Do you add noise when things get heated? Or presence, leading from silence? That's memorable.
And all this, the pause, the response, the stillness, it's essential for playing the long game, isn't it? Which requires patience and preparation.
Absolutely. Patience isn't just waiting passively, it's active strength. Real power isn't always about speed. It's waiting strategically without losing your edge.
Impatience is often fear.
That's the argument. Fear of missing out, fear of failure. Patience, on the other hand, is quiet confidence. Trust in the process. Power comes from pausing, observing, planning.
Like the master hunter waiting for the perfect shot, not just crashing through the woods.
Exactly. Waiting isn't weakness, it's a weapon. Not hesitation, calculation. Not retreat, but loading your resolve.
And alongside patience, preparation.
Crucial. You don't build a roof during the hurricane.
Right. Discipline, resilience, emotional control, you build them before the storm hits.
Storms don't create weakness, the sources say. They just reveal what was already there. And storms, they're coming. That's guaranteed.
So the time to train is now, when things are calm.
Use these peaceful seasons. Build the habits, practice the patience, create the routines. That's your shield when chaos inevitably arrives. Like the sailor training in calm waters.
He knows the storm is coming, so he prepares relentlessly.
His survival depends on that ingrained preparation, not luck or his mood that day.
So are you rushing or waiting strategically? Are you building your fortress now or waiting for the attack?
Your ability to handle what's coming is being decided right now in these quiet moments of preparation, or lack thereof.
This focus on the internal brings us to cultivating that inner world, peace, rest, morning mastery.
You face a choice constantly, peace or chaos. And it starts with controlling your input. Your mind is like a furnace.
It burns whatever fuel you feed it.
Right. Anxiety, overwhelm, often comes from just careless input. News, social media, drama.
You can't control the world, but you control the gate to your mind.
Exactly. Peace isn't the default. You have to build it. Guard it. Say no to the noise, the drama, the distractions. Be the captain adjusting your sails, not cursing the wind.
And rest. It's not optional.
Far from it. Discipline without recovery. It's unsustainable. A tired mind reacts. It doesn't think.
Protect your energy like you protect your time.
It's essential maintenance. Preparation. The strongest figures knew they needed stillness, withdrawal. You have to step back to see clearly.
Stillness rebuilds strength. You get stronger between the storms.
Resting with purpose prevents burnout, allows clear judgment. It's critical.
And then the morning. The sources are big on this.
Huge. Your first hour. That's your throne. Sacred ground. You claim it for your inner world before the outside world intrudes.
Set the tone for the day. Decide who you're going to be.
It's when your mental soil is most receptive. Plant seeds, values, goals, standards. Guard that hour fiercely. Decide your readiness. Don't wait for it.
So really examine, what are you feeding your mind? Are you resting intentionally? How are you using that first hour?
All these threads, controlling emotions, response, calm, stability, action, forgiveness, presence, patience, preparation, inner peace, they all weave together into self-leadership.
Which the sources call the gateway to freedom.
Emotional discipline, defined simply, is doing what you decided to do, regardless of how you feel.
The highest form of self-command. Seeing emotions without obeying them blindly.
And the power that unlocks. You become unstoppable, independent of moods, others' opinions, external chaos. The person who leads themselves cannot be controlled.
And it's built in small moments, right? Not grand gestures.
The smile instead of the snap. Standing taller when tired, speaking clearly when nervous, It's directing your energy based on principle.
Like the warrior feeling fear but gripping the sword tighter.
Exactly. Leadership isn't about hype. It's a furnace fueled by habits, by discipline.
So are you waiting for someone else to push you, or are you leading yourself?
True self-leadership is showing up, doing the work, even when nobody's watching or clapping.
But the journey isn't perfect. The sources acknowledge setbacks, falling short.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You will lose battles, have bad days. It's part of being human, part of growth.
Perfection isn't the goal.
No. Mastery isn't spotless. It's honest and resilient. Progress isn't never falling. It's getting back up every time.
So emotional mastery isn't never losing it.
It's regaining control when you do. Knowing a setback doesn't end the fight unless you quit. Strength is in the comeback.
And the way to handle setbacks.
Don't wallow in shame that paralyzes. Pause. Reflect honestly. Analyze. What triggered it? What belief was challenged?
Treat it like data, a spotlight showing where work is needed.
Exactly. Study the slip-up like a boxer studies fight footage. Learn from it. Don't let it define you.
So how do you handle your slips, learn, or spiral? Don't fear the fall.
Fear staying down.
Which brings us right back to the start, that core choice.
Slave to emotion or master of decision. It permeates everything in these texts.
And the power lies in choosing principle over feeling.
Acting on what's right, what aligns with your values, even when it's hard, that's what builds something solid inside you. Character isn't built in comfort. It's forged under pressure.
The contrast is stark. The leaf tossed by the wind.
That's emotional slavery. Chaos. Directionless.
Versus the lighthouse.
Steady. Trusted. Acting on principle. Guiding yourself and others through the storm.
So reinforce the practice. Use discipline, the pause, commitment to principle, to override the impulse, the hesitation, the weakness.
Principles are timeless. Acting on them strengthens them, builds that internal compass.
So the final question really is, are you moved by your emotions, or do you move in spite of them?
Guided by your will, your values. You won't always feel like it, but you can always choose it. Let your values make the decisions. That shapes your destiny.
It's definitely a powerful journey through these ideas. Mastery of life really starts with mastering yourself.
And that starts, moment by moment, with choosing to command your emotions, not be commanded by them.
And it's ongoing, right?
Yeah.
Not a destination.
Our continuous practice, daily choices, forged through stillness, awareness, reflection, deliberate action.
And maybe the most empowering takeaway is this. Your peace, your calm, your power, they're yours.
No one can take what you don't consciously give away. Protect it. Cultivate it.
The person who owns their inner world
Cannot be shaken by the outer one.
Yeah.
Your reaction, always remember, writes your destiny. Choose strength. Choose silence sometimes. Choose control. And win that crucial inner battle.